For over 60 years, NASA has been humanity's storyteller of the cosmos, chronicling our greatest leaps and boldest dreams. From the earliest days of space exploration, NASA has captured the imagination of people around the world, inviting us to look up and wonder what lies beyond our sky. It's the agency that dared to dream, taking us from the first tentative steps into orbit to breathtaking images of distant galaxies. Each mission, each launch, has been a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. NASA is more than rockets. It's a beacon of curiosity and a symbol of our drive to understand the universe. Its teams of scientists, engineers, and explorers work tirelessly to push the boundaries of what's possible, inspiring us all to reach higher. It showed us Earth as a fragile blue marble, forever changing our perspective. For the first time, we saw our home as a tiny oasis in the vastness of space, reminding us of our shared responsibility to protect it. The agency's innovations, from memory foam to GPS, touch our daily lives. Technologies developed for space have found their way into hospitals, homes, and industries, improving life for millions in ways we often take for granted. NASA inspires generations, fuels scientific discovery, and fosters international cooperation. Its legacy is written not just in history books, but in the dreams of children and the collaborations of nations. By studying other worlds, we learn about our own and appreciate the rarity of life here. Each discovery about Mars, the outer planets, or distant exoplanets deepens our understanding of what makes Earth unique. The images and data from missions like Voyager, Mars rovers, and Hubble are cultural treasures that belong to everyone. They connect us to the universe and to each other, sparking curiosity across generations. NASA's leadership sets the global standard for science and open data, making discoveries accessible to all and encouraging collaboration across borders. When NASA launches a mission, the world watches and learns. These moments unite people everywhere in awe and anticipation, reminding us of our shared curiosity. Its discoveries become shared human knowledge, fueling new questions and inspiring future explorers to continue the journey. This leadership is earned through vision, investment, and a commitment to discovery. NASA's story is one of perseverance, innovation, and hope for the future. To diminish NASA is to quiet a voice that has spoken for human aspiration for generations, a voice that continues to inspire us to reach for the stars and imagine what's possible. Now imagine that beacon of discovery beginning to flicker, the hum of innovation, the pulse of exploration. Suddenly it's all at risk. The lights that once guided humanity to the stars are dimming, not from lack of ideas, but from a lack of will. The proposed 2026 budget would slash NASA's funding by nearly a quarter, down to $18.80 billion, the smallest inflation-adjusted budget since 1961. This isn't just a number on a spreadsheet, it's a seismic shift that threatens to stall the engines of progress. This isn't belt-tightening, it's a historic retreat, unraveling decades of progress. The echoes of past triumphs now risk being drowned out by silence and inactivity. The argument is taxpayer efficiency, but that ignores NASA's immense return on investment in technology, inspiration, and global leadership. Every dollar spent has fueled breakthroughs, from medical devices to clean energy, and sparked the dreams of generations. It's like canceling a voyage of discovery to save money on the ship. The journey itself is what propels us forward, and halting it means losing more than just a destination. A quarter of NASA's funding is set to vanish, not trimming fat but amputating limbs. The impact will be felt in every lab, every classroom, every launch pad. In the federal budget, NASA's share is tiny, but its impact is monumental. It's a spark that ignites entire industries and inspires the world to look up. The cut signals to the world that America is stepping back from the frontier. It's a message that innovation is negotiable, and leadership is optional. This is a dramatic reversal of a legacy that has inspired pride and admiration for over half a century. The world watched as we reached for the impossible, and succeeded. We're in a golden age of discovery. Webb rewriting textbooks, Mars samples on the horizon, humans preparing to return to the moon. The momentum is real, and the possibilities are endless. Now is the time to accelerate, not retreat, to double down on curiosity, not shrink from challenge. Proposing such a cut at this moment is a failure of vision. It's a decision that will echo for generations, shaping not just what we do, but who we become. This is not just a budget crisis, it's a crisis of ambition. The question is not whether we can afford to explore, but whether we can afford to stop. The deepest cuts target NASA's Science Mission Directorate, the heart of robotic exploration. The proposed budget slashes SMD funding by nearly half, threatening to wipe out a generation of missions. Active missions like New Horizons, Juno and Mars orbiters could be shut down early. Future missions to Venus and the Mars Sample Return are at risk of cancellation. Even Hubble, Webb and the Roman Space Telescope face crippling cuts. Earth science missions that monitor climate and disasters are also on the chopping block. Every living former NASA science chief warns these cuts would be catastrophic for American leadership and science itself. When decades of expertise speak with one voice, we must listen. NASA's true engine is its people, their expertise, passion, and memory. The 2026 budget crisis has triggered the largest workforce reduction in agency history. 4,000 employees, 1/5 of NASA, are already gone, with more to follow. The most experienced staff, mentors, and problem solvers are leaving, taking irreplaceable knowledge with them. This loss creates holes that can't be filled by new hires alone. The entire American space ecosystem, NASA, industry, universities, is at risk. Private sector growth can't replace NASA's mission-driven talent. A climate of fear and uncertainty now chills those who remain, threatening mission safety. Budget cuts aren't just numbers, they have a human cost and endanger the agency's soul. The Artemis program is NASA's boldest human endeavor in half a century, returning astronauts to the moon and building a sustainable presence. The Lunar Gateway, a planned outpost in lunar orbit, is central to this vision. But the proposed cuts put Artemis and Gateway in grave jeopardy. Funding beyond 2027 is evaporating, threatening to end America's deep space ambitions after just a few flights. Billions invested and years of work could be wasted. International partners, Europe, Japan, Canada, have staked their own resources and prestige on US leadership. Pulling the plug now would devastate American credibility and alliances. If the US retreats, others will fill the void, shaping the future without us. The rules for lunar exploration are being written now. Stepping back forfeits America's seat at the table. Artemis was meant to be a beacon of cooperation. Its cancellation signals retreat and isolation. As NASA's future dims, private industry and China's state-backed space program are rising. Companies like SpaceX have revolutionized access to orbit, but their focus is profit, not pure discovery. Over-reliance on the private sector risks sidelining science. Missions to study Titan or search for life on Europa have no business model. Only a publicly funded agency like NASA can pursue these questions. Meanwhile, China's space program is advancing rapidly, with a crewed station, Mars and lunar landings, and plans for taikonauts on the moon. This is a marathon for strategic advantage, not just prestige. As the US considers retreat, China accelerates. Ceding leadership in space means ceding technology, economic opportunity, and influence. The rules for the next frontier are being set now. America's choice on NASA's budget will echo for decades. The scientific community is united in opposition. These cuts are seen as an existential threat. Researchers, engineers, and visionaries from every corner of the field are sounding the alarm, warning that the consequences could be irreversible. The Voyager Declaration warns of safety risks and a gutted mission. It's not just about numbers on a budget sheet, it's about the safety of our spacecraft, the integrity of our missions, and the future of scientific discovery. Nobel laureates and former science chiefs have condemned the plan. Their voices echo across the globe, urging leaders to reconsider before decades of progress are lost. Congress may fight to restore funding, but the outcome is uncertain. The stakes are higher than ever, and the world is watching to see if America will continue to lead. NASA is an investment in our future, fueling the economy, creating jobs, and driving innovation. Every dollar spent returns knowledge, technology, and inspiration that ripple through society. More importantly, it inspires and unites us, giving us a grander perspective. It reminds us that we are part of something bigger, that curiosity and hope can transcend borders and generations. To defund NASA is to defund inspiration and tell the next generation that dreaming big is no longer a priority. It risks closing the door on countless young minds who look to the stars and imagine what's possible. If these cuts go through, America will lose its leadership in space, its best minds, and its vision. The nation's role as a beacon for discovery and progress will be diminished. We'll blind ourselves to the universe and our own planet. The mysteries waiting to be uncovered will remain just out of reach, and our understanding will stagnate. The promise of Artemis will die, and with it, a collaborative future on the moon. The dreams of returning to deep space, of working together as a global community, will fade away. The choice is clear. Do we remain pioneers or do we draw the final curtain on our greatest adventure? The decision we make now will echo for generations. We must choose to keep looking up, we must choose the stars, and the boundless possibilities they represent.